Welcome to Cashton High School. Joining you late in first half action and JV basketball action. Hillsboro Tigers invade the Cashton Eagles tonight. Hillsboro currently leading 7-6. Hillsboro should retain this possession by the arrow on the jump ball. Hayden Bond getting set to inbound the ball for Hillsboro on the near side. Checking in for the Cashton Eagles, Katie Lease into the game for Addison Piper. Ball's inbounded to Downing. Kylie Anderson, now Elena Clark. Elena Clark brings it down. Autumn Stanek near the top of the key. Stanek with the dribble. Now to Clark, and it's stolen by Katie Lease. And Lease will set Cashton's offense, temporarily knocked away from her. Clark with tight defense. She'll get it to Kate Wall. Will feed it underneath. A nice assist. Gabby Hyatt will score her first basket of the night. And Elena Clark will bring the ball up the floor with just over 5 minutes left to play in the first half. Alexis Downing tries to save it, goes out of bounds. That'll be Cashton ball on the turnover. Hillsboro trailing by 1. Hillsboro only leading twice in this game, 2-0 and 7-6. So they've trailed most of the first half. Ball's inbounded to Sarah Schrader. She'll bring the ball up, brings it near side to Tessa Sanders. Kate Wall with the ball. She'll dump it back out to Sanders. And now Gabby Hyatt on the near wing goes cross court to Lease. Katie Lease drives middle of the lane, takes a shot, and scores. That's Katie's first basket tonight. Elena Clark brings it up for Hillsboro, gets it to Elizabeth Cairns. Cairns will feed it into Hayden Bond, caught in traffic, gets out Christiana Britsky, who drives the right side and is fouled. Christiana Britsky will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Cashton foul, I believe, is on number 22, Gabby Hyatt. 23, they're going to charge it to. That's Kate Wall. It's her second personal. Team's fifth. Christiana Britsky lines up for her first free throw, and the left-hander takes it off the back of the iron. She'll line up for a second chance. Checking in for Cashton, Aubrey Corienta. She'll come in for Kate Wall. And Britsky with her second free throw, just short off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Cashton's Katie Lease. Up the floor comes Cashton. Sarah Schrader in tow. She'll get it to Corienta. Corienta driving down left side, throw up a shot off the back of the iron. Rebounded to... They kick it back out to Lease out in front, or rather Schrader out front. Sarah Schrader now to Corienta. Corienta is going to get fouled on the floor. Looks like Elena Clark is going to pick up the foul. That's her second personal. Hillsboro's fifth team foul. Cash will inbound the ball into Corienta. Corienta back out to Sarah Schrader. Schrader drives center of the lane. Off the back of the iron. Rebound Hayden Bond. She's going to be tied up by Katie Lease, and it will be by the possession arrow. It will be Cashton's ball. And they'll find inbound to Sarah Schrader, who misses the lay-in. And now Alexis Downing with the rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball. So Hillsboro will take possession by the arrow. As Clark will inbound to Bond and right back to Clark, and she will bring the Tigers up the floor here in Cashton. Clark to Britsky on the near side. Britsky driving the wing. She'll pump it back out to Bond near the top of the key. Bond brings the ball back to Britsky. Britsky feeds Bond left side. Short shot doesn't make it. Rebounded by Alexis Downing. And Downing's going to get fouled. That'll be the fifth team foul, I believe, on Cashton. I think Corienta with the foul, and it is, and that's her first personal foul. Downing will take the inbound pass. She'll bounce it over to Clark. Clark will dribble down right baseline. Bring it back out, kick it out to Christiana Britsky. Down the corner now to Hayden Bond. Bond's going to bounce it into Downing. Downing turns around and puts it in. Nice move by Alexis Downing. And Hillsboro only trailing by one as Carmen Erickson fighting for the ball will tie it up. It's going to be Cashton's ball via the possession arrow, but Hillsboro will get the arrow back as Kylan Bankston's going to check in for Christiana Britsky. Katie Lease to inbound the ball. She'll get it into Corienta. Corienta will take it up the far side of the court, and she'll pop a three-pointer and come up with nothing but air. It's popped back in by Pieper, and they say that she stepped on the line, is out of bounds. The Hillsboro will take possession of the ball on the turnover with just over 2.5 left to play here in the first half. Erickson will bring the ball up across the timeline for the Tigers to the near wing, now near the top to Keita Bankston. Bankston with the ball. She'll feed it down to Clark, down low. Clark back outside to Bond. Bond to Downing, and now back out to Bankston on the far wing. Bankston will dribble in, get caught in traffic. Erickson with a 20-foot three-pointer off the backboard doesn't go. Rebound to Katie Lease. Outlet to Kate Wall. Here come Marley Schrader and Kate Wall with a two-point shot now. Elena Clark with the ball for the Tigers near the top of the key. She'll feed Bankston. Bankston going down the street and out the door. Be Hillsboro's ball as the ball is knocked out of her hands. Elena Clark to inbound the ball near baseline for Hillsboro. Checking in for the Tigers is Rayleigh Anderson. Anderson will come in for Alexis Downing. So they get the ball inbounded to Bond. She'll drive the far baseline, kick it back out to Erickson. Erickson, Bankston, top of the key. Gets to the free throw line in the lane, caught in trouble, and off of Rayleigh Anderson's mitts and out of bounds. Hillsboro will suffer the turnover, and Cashton, of course, will get the ball. Hillsboro applying somewhat of a full court pressure, kind of more of a trap. And that should be a double dribble or carry. It is a carry. Addison Piper with a violation. You turn over to Hillsboro. And Elena Clark will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Clark in the front court, now the top of the key, gets it to Hayden Bond. Hayden Bond driving left side, pull it up, get it to Rayleigh Anderson. Anderson, middle of the lane, will kick it back out to Bond. Bond now Bankston back out in front court, now Erickson. Erickson down to Clark. Clark's going to feed Bankston, who drives in, and Bankston's. Kylan will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul is on Katie Lease. That's Katie's first foul, 7th team foul. So Hillsboro now in the bonus. Kylan will be shooting 2 if she makes the first one. Then she'll line up for her second shot. And she's automatic. She makes them both. Up the floor comes Kate Wall. Rather, it's Gabby Hyatt. Now Wall with the ball. She'll get it back to Schrader. And now a long shot by Addison Pieper. They'll bring the ball up. And it's going to go off Marley Schrader and out of bounds. So Hillsboro will take possession of the ball. Trailing by 1, Erickson will inbound to Clark. Final minute of play here in the first half. Kylan Bankston. She'll dump it into Clark, and Clark is fouled. Clark will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Cashton foul on Corienta, I believe. That's her second personal, team's 8th. Clark to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First free throw on the way, off the backboard, rim, doesn't go in. We will line up for shot number 2. That one off the back of the iron. Rebound, Kate Wall. Marley Schrader with the ball. She'll kick it back out to Wall. Wall with the ball. She'll drive down the right side, not much resistance, and drop it in for a deuce. Someone's got to step inside to stop that Katie Wall drive. Now Clark driving down. She's going to get it to Rayleigh Anderson, who's going to stop and pop it way over the doghouse. And here comes Cashton storming right back. And time will run out. We'll go to halftime. Hillsboro 11, Cashton 14. So Hillsboro within a possession. The 11 points for Hillsboro. 6 by Kylan Bankston and 5 by Alexis Downing. For the Cashton Eagles, they're being led by Kate Walls, 7. Katie Lease, Gabby Hyatt, Marley Schrader, all adding a deuce, and Addison Pieper. I don't know if it's Pieper or Piper. We'll call it Piper. She's got 1 point for the Cashton Eagles. So with that, we'll take about a 5-minute break and be back for our second half action. Back, second half action. Hayden Bond with the ball for Hillsboro. Hillsboro trailing by 3. Elizabeth Cairns now with the ball. Dribbles far side. She'll pop ball back out front. Kylie Anderson, long range 3 off the backboard. Going to be rebounded by Marley Schrader, and up the floor come the Eagles. Long shot by Kate. That's Sarah Schrader with a long shot. Bond comes out of the circle with it, brings the ball far side to Cairns. Cairns back to Bond. Near side wing. Rayleigh Anderson now out front, right back to Bond. Bond driving left side, runs into traffic. Kylie Anderson, Rayleigh Anderson. Rayleigh back to Kylie, and now Elizabeth Cairns dribbling down the far side. Force it into Esther Nilden, and it goes out of bounds. We turn over to Cash and ball. Katie Lease to inbound the ball. We're waiting the inbound pass is Marley Schrader, and Schrader will bring the ball up the floor for the Eagles. Schrader back to Lease. Lease with the ball. She'll come near side, and it's stolen by Esther Nilden. Outlet to Rayleigh Anderson. And now Cairns. Cairns will pull up, get it back out. Kylie Anderson near side to Hayden Bond. Bond drives to the left side. Pulls up and is blocked. She saves the ball back to Nilden. Now Rayleigh Anderson, and Rayleigh Anderson will get the basket and a chance to tie the game. She sinks her first basket of the night and will go to the line to shoot a free throw. Cashton foul on number 24, Addison Pieper. I don't know if it was Pieper or Piper. Her first team foul of the second half for Cashton. Rayleigh Anderson at the line for Hillsboro shooting free throws. And she'll go off the front of the rim. Rebound tracked down by Kate Wall, and she will bring the ball up the floor. It goes cross court to Sarah Schrader. Schrader dribbling down left side, wide open, and she'll drive it in for the deuce. Sarah's first points of the game. And now Elena Clark driving down. She'll force it down. Alexis Downing for the easy layup. Downing now 7 on the night. Right back up the floor is Marley Schrader. Long range deuce. They're going to say it's only a 2 by Addison Piper. About as long a 2 as she could throw up. And Erickson to the near side to Rayleigh Anderson. Rayleigh Anderson driving down now near the baseline. She'll kick it back out the wing to Erickson. Erickson dribbling around free throw line down the center. They're going to say a foul on the floor, so Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball. Cash and foul is going to be on. Wait for a little help from my scoreboard here. It's a second team foul, and it's going to be on number 1, Sarah Schrader, her first personal. Elena Clark's going to get the ball. She feeds it in through the arms of Alexis Downing. Picked up by Marley Schrader. She'll get it another long-range shot, and that was a little bit short. But rebounded and picking up the garbage is Gabby Hyatt. She's got 4 on the night now for Cashton. Elena Clark coming down the floor. She'll lose control of the ball and out of bounds. So Cashton with their biggest lead of the night at 5 here early in the second half. Inbound the ball, Kate Wall. Hillsboro applying full court pressure. And Wall dump it into Marley Schrader. Schrader brings the ball up the floor for the Cashton Eagles. Into the front court, and now near the top of the key is Tessa Sanders. Sanders is going to lose the ball out of bounds, be a turnover back to Hillsboro. And Hillsboro will try to get something going on offense. Erickson inbounds to Clark, and Clark will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers, over the timeline and near top of the key, and it's stolen by Marley Schrader. She's wide open down the right side and will lay it in. Marley Schrader now 4 on the night for Cashton, and Cashton extends their lead to 7. Up the floor comes Elena Clark. Clark far side to Lauren Hooks. Hooks to Erickson. Erickson near the top of the key, back to Hooks. Hooks now near the top of the key, just inside the circle Feed it into Christiana Britsky, and she misses a shot. Ball goes off 2 or 3 different Tigers. And finally, Addison Piper will pick it up. Outlet to Wall. Wall pulls up, nowhere to go with it. Top of the key, Marley Schrader. Off the back, the iron rebound, Elena Clark. And the Tigers on the move again. Clark's going to get it knocked away from her from behind. Gabby Hyatt knocked the ball away. Hillsboro will keep possession of the ball as it rolls out of bounds. Erickson will inbound it to Downing. Downing looking for someone to get it to. Forced to pass into Hook. It's going to be stolen by Hyatt. Outlet to Kate Wall. Wall near side to Marley Schrader. Schrader now. Could have been a travel. It wasn't called. Kicks it back out to Piper. Sarah Schrader with the ball. She'll go far side to Sanders. Sanders comes all the way across court to Piper. Piper way back across court again to Hyatt. Now back out front to Sanders. Sanders to Schrader. Sarah Schrader with the ball. Get it to Tessa Sanders. Sanders working against Hooks. She'll get it back to Schrader. Schrader now driving down right side wing back out front to Piper. Back to Schrader. Schrader with the ball for Cashton, drives right side. She's going to pull up, take a jump shot off the backboard. We're going to say Schrader's going to the line for 2 shots as she was fouled. Hillsboro foul is going to be on number 20, Lauren Hooks, her first personal. I think that's the team's first team foul of the second half. Marley Schrader to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Schrader's first shot rattles around the rim and out. And a host of players in for Hillsboro, Rayleigh Anderson and Elizabeth Cairns coming in for Lauren Hooks and Alexis Downing. Kate Lease in the game. And Corienta in the game for Cashton. And Marley Schrader with shot number 2 on the way. And that one rolls around and in. Schrader now 5 on the night for the Eagles. The Eagles have their biggest lead of the night at 8. Carmen Erickson now far away. She'll bring it out front to Hayden Bond. Hayden Bond near the top. He'll dump it down near corner to Cairns. Cairns dribbles it back out. Now Erickson near the top. The key comes near side to Bond. Bond on the near side wing with the ball. And she'll get it into Rayleigh Anderson, who appeared to have a block, but they're going to call a foul on number 22, Gabby Hyatt. Anderson's going to go to the line. They're discussing it. She's lining up like she's going to shoot 2 free throws. That's Hyatt's first personal foul, team's third team foul. Rayleigh Anderson at the line to shoot a pair of free throws for the Tigers. Anderson's first shot on the way and nothing but the bottom of the net. And Rayleigh now 3 on the night. Checking in the game, Kylan Bankston into the game for the Tigers. You got a lane violation on Kylan Bankston, which negates the free throw, which was not made anyway. So it'll be a violation turnover. Cashton's ball. Schrader brings it down and now tosses it over to Lease. Lease dribbling near the top. The key will bring it near side to Hyatt. Hyatt cross court to Sarah Schrader. Sarah Schrader brings it to Corienta on the near side wing. Corienta back out front to Marley Schrader. And now Sarah Schrader. There's Lease. Back to Corienta. Corienta losing her dribble. And they get all over, and it's finally picked up by the loose ball by Bankston. And she will find Clark wide open underneath, and Clark misses a shot. Rebound Hyatt, outlet to Sarah Schrader, and up the floor come the Eagles. Sarah Schrader with the ball. She'll dump it far side to Corienta. Corienta near the free throw line, and now Hyatt. Hyatt out near wing. Dump it to Sarah Schrader. Sarah Schrader with the ball. We'll get back out front to Corienta. Corienta to Hyatt. Gabby Hyatt with the ball, and now back to Katie Lease. Back to Sarah Schrader. Off Corrientes' hands and out of bounds via turnover at Hillsboro ball. So Hillsboro with the old hockey line change brings in Erickson, Britsky, Nilden, Hooks, and Downing. So a full change in the lineup. Fresh lungs and legs. Hillsboro's going to maybe try to run this ball. Coming in for Cashton, trying to counter it, is Piper, Sanders, I don't know, and company. Kate Wall came back in. Hooks with the ball for Hillsboro. Dump it down to Nilden underneath. Nilden playing the inside-out game. And it's going to go off of Kate Wall out of bounds. So Hillsboro retain possession. Christiana Britsky set to inbound the ball for the Tigers. Britsky will get it into Nilden. Nilden turnaround jump shot off the back of the rim. Rebound Pieper. She'll get it to Sarah Schrader, and good defense by Hillsboro. Nilden and Erickson get knocked out of bounds. Cashton will retain possession. Kate Wall to inbound on the near baseline for Cashton. And a beautiful block by Carmen Erickson. And she'll take the block and the steal. Get it to Hooks. Hooks going to pull up just inside the circle. Lob one up, doesn't go in. Rebound Kate Wall. Wall will bring the ball up the floor. She'll send it to Sanders in the front court. Now Sarah Schrader near the top of the key with the ball for the Eagles. Corriente going to drive down left side, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Lauren Hooks on the floor. And that'll be Lauren's second personal foul, team's second team foul. Inbounding on the far sideline is Kate Wall for the Cashton Eagles. Elena Clark checking into the game now. She will check in for Esther Nilden. And the inbounds pass goes to Sarah Schrader. Schrader brings the ball near the top of the key and now to Pieper. Pieper drives the center of the lane, does not go. Rebound, Alexis Downing. Downing outlet to Erickson, Hillsboro on the move. Erickson down the far side. She'll pull up, get the ball out of Stanek. Stanek feeds it down to Downing low. Downing with a move and will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Addison Pieper called on a foul, her second personal, 4th team foul for Cashton. And Alexis Downing for the Tigers to shoot a pair of free throws. And Downing will rattle that one in. She had a tough go in the first half. Hillsboro as a team shot 25% at the free throw line in the first half. Downing now with 8 points, a line up for free throw number 2. And she'll make that one just like no problem. 9 on the night for Downing. Up the floor comes Sarah Schrader and the Eagles, trying to push the Hillsboro team a little bit. And now Sanders going to pull up long-range 3 off the backboard. Rebound Sarah Schrader, and she'll drop it in. She's got 4 on the night now for the Eagles. Hillsboro with no answers for the Cashton team. Elena Clark, she'll pull up. She'll find the streaking Autumn Stanek, will drop it in. So Clark with a couple nice assists tonight. Stanek's first 2 points of the game. Sarah Schrader with the ball. She'll get it to Corriente. Corriente driving down. And we're going to have a foul on the floor on Hillsboro. And there's 4 on Black. That'd be Elena Clark. Her 3rd personal foul of the night. So she's somewhat in foul trouble with 7:37 left. 3rd team foul. Inbounding the ball is Katie Lease for Cashton. Dump it to Sarah Schrader. Schrader to Marley Schrader. Marley Schrader for 3 from the wing off the back of the iron. Rebound Hayden Bond. She'll let Carmen Erickson. Erickson will bring the ball up the floor. Push it down to Clark. Clark now driving down across the lane into Stanek. Now Clark on the near baseline. Drive the left baseline. Kick it out Hayden Bond. Bond will miss. And it's going to go off Marley Schrader out of bounds. Be Hillsboro ball. Hillsboro can cut into this deficit now. They're only trailing by 5. It's trailed by as many as 8. Erickson will bounce it into Clark. Clark with a jump shot and a sink it. So that's Elena's first deuce of the night. Hillsboro only down by 1 possession, or 3 points, you may say. Marley Schrader driving coast to coast, and will drive it in and drop it. So someone's got to step in front of Schrader. She's got 7 on the night. And now they're going to call a jump ball. Did they call a violation? They called. So here comes Erickson. Near side to Hayden Bond. Hayden Bond with the ball now to Stanek. Stanek with the ball. Stanek out front to Clark. Clark to Autumn Stanek. Stanek to Bond. Bond on the near side with the ball. She'll try to feed it into Downing. Gets it in there. Kicks it back out to Erickson. Erickson drives right side. Kicks it out to Stanek. Stanek out front to Bond. Bond just inside the arc. Lets one fly, and the bank is open. As Hayden Bond banks in a 2-point shot. Her first deuce of the night. Hillsboro only down by 1. Marley Schrader is going to get it into Katie Lease, who I thought traveled. They called it a tie-up. Sarah Schrader's going to get the steal and the point. 6 points now for Sarah Schrader. And Hillsboro lets one get away on him. Erickson down the near side now to Clark. Clark driving near baseline and out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of the mitts of Gabby Hyatt. Hillsboro retained possession. Kylan Bengtson checking in for the Tigers. Tessa Sanders, Pieper, and Hyatt all back in for the Cashton Eagles. Erickson to inbound the ball for Hillsboro near baseline. She'll get it into Bond. Bond's going to dump it into Downey, who can't find the handle. It's picked up by Marley Schrader. Schrader brings it all the way down the court. Now back out front to Sanders. Sanders to Sarah Schrader. And now here's a shot by Wall. Rebound by Downing. And the Tigers back in business. Erickson up the floor with the ball. Now through Bengston's hands, and Bengston will track it down. And she'll lob it in. And it was not that bad a pass. It seems like that Bengston's help underneath the basket gave up on it. And we're going to have a full timeout, I believe, called by the Cashton coach. So Beth Wells will take a timeout and talk it over to Cashton, leading by 3. Second half has been even. Halftime score was 14-11. 3-point deficit by Hillsboro. We remain at that at the 5:11 mark here in the second half. So Cashton with 4 timeouts left. Hillsboro with 3. Back out onto the floor for Hillsboro's Rayleigh Anderson, Hayden Bond, Kylan Bengtson, Carmen Erickson, and Elizabeth Cairns. Hillsboro's going to set up some full court pressure. Trailing by 3 with 5:11 left in the game. Sanders to inbound the ball, and it's going to be stolen by Hayden Bond on the inbound pass. She'll get it to Erickson. Erickson turns around and will drop it in. It cuts the deficit to 1, as that's Erickson's first deuce of the night. Now a steal by Kylan Bengtson on the inbound pass. She's going to get called for a carry violation, and Hillsboro set up the full court pressure again. Now we're going to have a timeout again by Beth Wells and the Cashton Eagles, as they're struggling with this Hillsboro full court pressure. Hillsboro with really only 2 leads in this game. They led 2-0, and they led 7-6. Otherwise, Hillsboro's trailed the whole game. so far tonight. So Cashton's inbound pass going to go to Sarah Schrader. Schrader's going to drive the length of the floor and drop it in. Schrader now 8 points to pace the Eagles. And Erickson will bring the ball up. She'll dump it into Elizabeth Cairns, who runs into a roadblock and is stolen by Marley Schrader. Here comes Marley. Marley is blocked by Carmen Erickson. That's at least her second block tonight. Christiana Britsky set to enter the game. And she will come in for Elizabeth Cairns. Inbound pass to Marley Schrader. Out front to Sarah Schrader. And now down to Kate Wall. Back out to Sarah Schrader. To Tessa Sanders. Sanders with the ball. Erickson all over her. And now to Sarah Schrader. Schrader far side to Marley Schrader. Here comes Wall. She's going to dribble off her knee and off a couple of Hillsboro knees. And Rayleigh Anderson with a rebound, and they're going to call Kate Wall on the foul. That's a 15 foul on Cashton. Third personal on Kate Wall. Hayden Bond inbound the ball. She'll dump it into Erickson. Here come the Tigers. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the game. Erickson to Christiana Britsky. Britsky on the far side. Bring it to Bankston, top of the key. Bankston near the free throw line. Looking for help. She'll feed streaking Britsky, and that ball went way up and off the irons that hang the basket. Corriente, Katie Lease, and Hyatt in the game for Cashton. Rayleigh Anderson back in for the Tigers. Corriente to inbound the ball. Hillsboro with their full court pressure yet. Stolen by Christiana Britsky. And Britsky's going to dump it out front to Erickson. Hillsboro's press is impressive. Long shot by Bankston. And it's going to be tracked down by Rayleigh Anderson after the air ball by Bankston. Anderson to Britsky. Britsky's going to feed Bankston underneath, and Bankston will go to the line, to the free throw line, where she's been quite successful so far tonight. Hillsboro trailing by 3 with just under 3.5 to play. And Bankston to the line to shoot 2. Katie Lease on the foul. That's her second personal, team 6. Bankston will drop the free throw. Bankston now 7 points on the night. That means Hillsboro will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Bankston's second shot on the way and nothing but net. Bankston with 8 on the night for the Tigers. So Kate Wall to inbound the ball against this Tiger press. And Anderson giving Piper all she can handle, and now Hillsboro. Bankston's going to track down the loose ball. They're going to feed Erickson. Erickson underneath with a little hook shot, doesn't go. Fight for the rebound. Piper comes up with it, outlet to Hyatt. And Hyatt up the floor for Cashton before Hillsboro can set up any kind of defense. Hyatt, Sarah Schrader. Now Marley Schrader with the ball. A shot by Piper underneath, and then Kate Wall with a shot. And I believe they called a foul on Hillsboro. They're going to call the foul on Carmen Erickson. That's her first personal, team's 4th team foul. And Kate Wall to the line to shoot 2 free throws for Cashton.
What do you have for a score? I don't think they gave those free throws to us.
Yeah, they did. We were down 3. We're only down 1 now. And so 2 missed free throws, but Piper gets the rebound, and now She'll throw it up, and Bankston will come down with a big board, and she'll get it stolen by Hyatt. Hyatt to Piper. Piper clear across court to Wall. Back out to Schrader, and now Wall, and now Schrader. Sarah Schrader with the ball to Marley Schrader. Marley Schrader driving left side. We're going to have a foul on Elena Clark. That was Hillsboro's 15th foul. 4th personal on Clark. Yeah, I got to think Clark's coming out. Hillsboro may be looking at, they may need Clark in overtime if they can get him there. Marley Schrader to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And she'll make the first one. So Esther Nilden in the game for Kylan Bankston. Schrader now 6 points on the night. She'll line up for free throw number 2. And she'll make them both, extend that lead back to 3. 7 points now on the night for Schrader. Up the floor comes Carmen Erickson and Tigers. They just can't quite cut that. We're going to get a foul on the floor by Marley Schrader, and that's going to send Elena Clark to the free throw line to shoot a bonus situation. That's Schrader's first personal foul, team 7th. Elena Clark to the line for Hillsboro will shoot bonus free throws. First free throw on the way, off the back of the iron, and Clark will track down her own rebound, kick it out to Erickson. Now Britsky, long 3, 20-footer off the back of the iron. Rebound by Hyatt. Tried to outlet it to Wall, and it goes out of bounds, so Hillsboro will retain possession. 2:13 left to play in the game. Hillsboro trailing by 3. Hayden Bond to inbound the ball near the Hillsboro bench. Bond will get it into Britsky. Britsky driving right side. Now she'll bring the ball back out. And we're going to have a timeout called by Hillsboro coach Kathy Burmaster. Hillsboro with 2 timeouts left. Cashton with 3. It appears to be a full timeout. Hillsboro, the most impressive thing Hillsboro's done so far tonight is the full court press. They've made that work pretty good. But missed free throws is what, if Hillsboro loses, is what they can point to that caused them this game. Hillsboro only trailing by 3, and they missed a pile of free throws. So the teams get their first warning to get back on the floor. 2:08 left to play. Hillsboro trailing by 3, 31-28. Hillsboro in the bonus and with fouls to give, which means they can play quite close here on the floor. Should not even be letting Cashton get a shot off here in the next minute or so. Hillsboro with the ball. Hayden Bond near the Hillsboro bench to inbound the ball. And Clark with a little push. If she's playing football, but an offensive pass interference. Britsky back to Hayden Bond to Erickson. Erickson's going to drive down from behind the basket shoot. That would have been a nifty trick. And now Bond's shot's blocked. Tracked down by Rayleigh Anderson, and she's tied up for jump ball. Hillsboro will keep possession, but they're going to lose the arrow. And Hillsboro will set their inbound play. Hayden Bond near baseline to inbound the ball. Bond into Anderson. Anderson working underneath. She's going to kick it back outside to Bond. Bond driving in now coming near side to Erickson. Back to Britsky. Britsky, 22-foot three-point shot. Doesn't go. Clark with the rebound. She'll kick it back out to Erickson. Erickson, Hayden Bond now to Erickson. Erickson going to drive down middle of the lane. Doesn't go off the back of the iron. Rebound Sarah Schrader. Here come the Eagles on the fast break. Schrader's going to pull it up with 1:23 to go. Marley Schrader now with the ball. They'll get it into Hyatt. Hyatt with a jump shot doesn't go. Lease will track it down and be fouled, and Kate Lease will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Hillsboro foul on Carmen Erickson. That's her second personal foul, team 6, so both teams will be in the bonus now. And Lisa's first free throw will bank it home. Kate Lease now with 3 points on the night will line up for her second free throw. And to stretch this to a 2-possession game. Lisa's second free throw on the way. She'll bank that around the rim and in. She's got 4 now on the night. And here comes Hillsboro. Clark down to Bond. Bond to Erickson. Get a basket here and set up that press if Hillsboro's in business. Bond driving down the near side. She'll throw it back out to Erickson. Erickson now drives the middle of the lane, turns around, hook shot, puts it in. I'll see that Hillsboro press work. And Cash with trouble. Marley Schrader get it to Sarah Schrader, and now back out to Sarah Schrader. They're playing the free throw game. 30 seconds left to play in this one. And they're going to foul Sarah Schrader, and Schrader will go to the line to shoot a bonus situation. Fouls on Elena Clark. That's her 5th foul. So Clark is fouled out of the game. They will have to make a substitution here for Clark. And Elizabeth Cairns will come into Clark. Sarah Schrader to the line to shoot a bonus situation for the Cashton Eagles. She misses the first one. Ball's tipped around, and Schrader will grab the ball and is tied up by Elizabeth Cairns, but Cashton has possession arrow. So Hillsboro will no doubt have to foul quickly again. Hillsboro pressing hard. Wald inbound the ball. She'll dump it in. It's stolen by Hayden Bond to Erickson. Here comes a lay-in left side. Erickson will drop it in. Now Hillsboro sets up that press again. They'll dump it in. Sarah Schrader across the timeline. And that, I don't know. That sure seemed like an anticipated foul call, but it is what it is. 14 seconds left. Sarah Schrader to shoot a bonus situation again. She'll miss that one. Rayleigh Anderson with the rebound. And they strong-armed it away from Anderson, and now Christiana Britsky pulls out. 7 seconds remaining. And it's going to be Hillsboro's ball with just under 5 seconds remaining. Hillsboro's going to use their timeout here. If nothing else, try to settle their girls down a little bit. Hillsboro trailing by 1 with 5 seconds to play. So plenty of time to get a good shot. I'm sure that's what Coach Kathy Burmaster is relaying to her team right now. 5 seconds is a long time. You don't have to get the inbound pass and launch the half-court shot. Cashton has to defend it. And nonetheless, in this long 30-second timeout, Hillsboro cutting this lead to 1. And have only led twice in the whole game. As I said before, they led 2-0 and they led 7-6. Otherwise, have trailed by as many as 8 in the second half. Hillsboro with a chance to pull it out with just under 5 seconds to play. Erickson inbound the ball for Hillsboro. They'll dump it into Anderson. They're going to get a good chance here. Anderson puts it up. They're going to say a block and time will expire. Cashton's going to escape for the 33-32 win over the Tigers. Scoring for the Hillsboro Tigers, they were led by Alexis Downings 9, Kylan Bankston with 8, Carmen Erickson 6, Rayleigh Anderson 3, Elena Clark, Autumn Stanek, and Hayden Bond all tossed in a deuce apiece for a total of 32 points. For Cashton, they are led by Sarah Schrader's 8, Marley Schrader's 7, Katie Lease and Gabby Hyatt both 4 apiece, Addison Piper with 3. And I guess that rounds out 33 points for Cashton. So stay tuned. They've got the clock set for 18 minutes. I believe it's only supposed to be 15 minutes. There's 15 minutes. 15 minutes, we will have varsity action. Scenic Bluffs Conference. Hillsboro Tigers invade the Cashton Eagles as Hillsboro tries to stay hot after that great victory. 22-point win over the Bangor Cardinals earlier this week. And the teams will take the floor. We will be back in about 15 minutes. have it, our starting lineup for their national anthem, or vice versa. Hillsboro invades Cashton, Wisconsin tonight, looking to stay red hot after a 6-1 start. 2-1 in conference. Cashton also 2-1 in conference. Both teams, only thing in common is their loss to Royal, which Hillsboro had gotten in early foul trouble. I think they would have beat the Royal team. Again, the starters for Cashton: Grace Lee, Sydney Helgerson, Taylor Lindley Schendel, Braley High, Ella Brigham. We're off to the races with Hillsboro. Hillsboro controls the tip. Kira Bezerek. Bezerek going to go cross court to Hansen. Now Lily von Falkenstein near the top of the key. Von Falkenstein to Bezerek. Bezerek driving down the left side and will be fouled. They call it early jump ball, as they say she was tied up. Cashton with the possession arrow. And we're off now with Cashton. Near side to Grace Lease. Lease with the ball. She'll go to Taylor Lindley Schendel. Comes near side to Braley Hyatt. Now drops it down. Schendel with the ball. Now Braley Hyatt. Hyatt finds Ella Brigham. Now back out to Hyatt. Hyatt with the ball. Taylor Lindley Schendel. And now Grace Lease. Hyatt with a drive and a hook shot, and rebound goes to Violet Morin. Had a great game against Bangor the other night. Now they're push it down the court to Kira Bezerek. They're going to find Violet Morin trailing down the court now to Lily von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein is going to feed it into Morin. Morin turns around and will drop it in off the von Falkenstein assist. And Hillsboro out to the first lead of the night, 2-0. Ella Brigham with the ball. She'll kick it out front to Grace Lease. Grace Lease to Helgerson. Helgerson with the ball. She'll come near side to Hyatt. Hyatt back out front to Schendel. Schendel drops it down into the corner. A long 2-point shot by Grace Lease. Rebounded by Lily von Falkenstein. She will come out of the pack with the ball. Push it down the court to Kira Bezerek. Bezerek going to feed it into Violet Morin wide open, and she missed it. Beautiful pass, and she was right there, but couldn't finish the shot. Hyatt will bring the ball up the floor. Hyatt to Brigham. Brigham down low to Lease. Lease back out to Brigham. Brigham cross court to Hyatt. Hyatt with the ball. Hyatt brings the ball back out front to Brigham. She'll dump it into Lease. Lease back to Hyatt. Now they're going to dump it down low to Schendel. Back out front, Hyatt, now Brigham. Brigham with the ball. Gets it to Schendel. Schendel driving down the middle, going to find wide open underneath Grace Lease, and Grace Lease is going to get called on a violation. Did you catch what the violation was? Travel by Grace Lease. And the inbound pass to Cameron Hansen. Hansen up the floor they come to Kira Bezerek. Bezerek cross court to Lily von Falkenstein. She's going to drive to the left side and foul. Lily's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Cashton foul on number 12, Grace Lease, her first personal, first team foul. First throw on the way by Lily von Falkenstein. She's going to make that one. Lily's first point of the night. On the year, Lily is a 57% free throw shooter. The team is shooting 58% as a team. And Lily makes them both. So up the floor they come. Hyatt going to feed it back to Lease. Lease out front to Brigham. Brigham to Schendel. That's loose ball in the middle. Lexi Thorson will track the ball down and push it up the floor for the Tigers. Gets it to Cam Hansen. Hansen now brings it back out front to Bezerek. Bezerek near the top of the key, driving middle of the lane. And they're going to say Bezerek was fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. So Kira to the line on Cashton's second foul. So Hillsboro attacking the basket. Kira, a 60% free throw shooter coming into the game. Foul on Grace Lease. That's her second team foul. Kira's first shot on the way, and she'll rattle it home. So Kira on the board for the first time tonight. And she'll miss that one. And up the floor come the Cashton Eagles. Hyatt with a jump shot. Finds nothing but air in Lily Von Falkenstein's arms. Pulls it down. Lexi Thorson will push it up the floor. She'll go up top. The key, Cam Hansen, 20-foot three-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to, in the game, number 3, Lauren Huntsicker with the rebound. Brigham now with the ball near the top. The key should go far side to Hyatt. Hyatt to Helgerson to Schendel and out of bounds. It'll be Cashton's ball. They'll be inbounding on the near baseline underneath their own basket. Inbound the ball to Schendel. Schendel out to Hyatt. Hyatt drives right side. Floating jump shot and off the bank and in. Cashton on the board with a Braley Hyatt deuce. And up the floor comes Kira Bezerek and the Tigers. Bezerek far side to Von Falkenstein. Lily with the ball on the wing. She'll drive into the lane. Dip it back out to Bezerek. 20-foot three-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebound, Sydney Helgerson. Helgerson will push it up to Hyatt. Hyatt driving down right side. Dump it into Huntsicker, and now over the head of Brigham and out of bounds. Be a turnover, Hillsboro ball. And both teams kind of slow to get things rolling tonight. Bezerk will inbound to Hansen, and Hansen will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. To Bezerk. Bezerk on the near wing. Hands off to Von Falkenstein. She'll drive down the left side, take it up, and doesn't go in. Rebound goes to Huntsicker. She'll outlet to Helgerson. Helgerson to Hyatt on the far wing with the ball. Comes near side to Brigham. And they're going to feed Schendel underneath. Rather Hyatt to score. And Hyatt will go to the line for the +1. Hillsboro foul is going to be on Cam Hansen, her first personal, team's first team foul. And Braley Hyatt to the line to shoot one shot for the Eagles. And Hyatt will make that one. And Lily Von Falkenstein with the ball on the far wing. She'll come near side to Kira Bezerek. Bezerek with the ball. She'll go cross court to Lexi Thorson. 20-foot three-point shot, a bit short. Lily Von Falkenstein had an opportunity, missed it. Now we're going to have a foul on the floor by Violet Morin. A control foul. Be Violet's first personal, team second. Huntsicker to inbound the ball. She'll dump it into Hyatt. Hyatt across the timeline for the Cashton Eagles. Hyatt bring the ball out to Brigham. Brigham near side to Helgerson. And Brigham now floats up a three-pointer. Rebound Violet Morin. Morin outlet to Von Falkenstein. And Von Falkenstein brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Von Falkenstein, she's going to feed it into Violet Morin underneath. Violet brought it down where it get tied up, and then she ended up traveling with the ball. You got to learn to keep that ball above her head. She's a head taller than the next tallest person out there, and keep that ball up. It won't get tied up. So Helgerson with the ball to the Eagles. She'll dump it in. Here's a long shot by Hyatt. Hyatt with a long deuce. And Cashton with their first lead of the night. Lexi Thorson again with a long three-point shot off the front of the rim, and that one's going to be tracked down by Helgerson for the rebound. Outlet to Hyatt. Here come the Cashton Eagles. The rebound by Huntsicker. It's been knocked around. They're having trouble. Sydney Helgerson with a travel. And the referee all over the top of that one. So the turnover will give Hillsboro the ball back. And Cashton trying to prove that they can run with this Hillsboro team. And I just got to believe Hillsboro's got enough bench depth that Hillsboro can probably run with the best of them. Cameron Hampson. She'll dump it off to Lily von Falkenstein. Lily near the free throw line. She'll dish it off to Kier Bazarek. Bazarek to Thorson. Thorson with the old stomp fake. Now dishes it off to Cam Hansen. Hansen twisting, turning down the lane, loses handle of the ball, looking for some help. And they're going to call 3 seconds in the lane. Maybe on Cameron Hansen. She pulled the ball up and stood there with the ball. So a violation will turn the ball over again. Huntsicker will inbound to Helgerson. Helgerson will bring the ball up the floor for the Eagles. Helgerson will feed it down to Huntsicker. Huntsicker cross court to Helgerson, rather. Hyatt now. Quinn Cook in the game for Eagles. Didn't see her check in. Now Huntsicker is going to be blocked by Violet Morin and stolen. Kira Bazarek to Lily von Falkenstein. And stolen by Quinn Cook. Outlet to Braylee Hyatt. Here come the Eagles. Now it's stolen by Kira Bazarek, and Bazarek pushing it up. Hyatt stops. Bazarek should dish it off on Falkenstein. And now Lexi Thorson going to drive the left baseline. Does not go. And it's going to get tied up. And should be Hillsboro possession. So Hillsboro have possession of the ball on the near baseline. Checking in for Cashton, Amber Heft, and Taylor Lindley Schendel back in the game for Cashton. Kier Bazarek to inbound on the near baseline for Hillsboro, trailing by a deuce on the near baseline. She'll dump it into the front court to Lily von Falkenstein. Cam Hansen on the far wing. She'll bring it near side to Lexi Thorson, who gets to the lane, throws one up, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. So Lexi to the line for Hillsboro. Cashton foul is on Quinn Cook, her first personal, team's third. Lexi is a 67% free throw shooter on the year. Looking for her first points of the night. First shot on the way. And she'll rattle it home. Lexi on the board. As Lexi will line up for shot number 2 to try to even this game up at 7. And off the back, the iron. And up the floor comes Amber Heft and the Cashton Eagles. Heft will bring it near side to Braylee Hyatt. Hyatt with the ball. Hyatt will dump it into Huntsicker. Huntsicker coming near side to Schendel. Schendel back to Huntsicker. Tries to feed it underneath, knocked away by Bazarek. Heft will track down the ball, bring it back out into the front court for Cashton. And Heft, Bazarek all over Heft. With good defense. Cashton will get the ball back. Huntsicker to inbound on the far sideline. So dump it into Braylee Hyatt in the backcourt. And the Eagles set their offense. They get it to Heft. Heft to Huntsicker. Back out to Schendel. Schendel tries to get it in and beaten around by Hillsboro. Picked up by Violet Morin, and now Lexi Thorson will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Get it to Kira Bazarek. Bazarek far wing, driving right side. Going to dump it back to Cam Hansen. And we'll have a foul on the floor on Bazarek. And the foul is on Braylee Hyatt, a Cashton, her first personal, team's fourth. Savannah Britsky checking into the game for Cameron Hansen. Kira Bazarek. Cameron Hansen staying into the game. So Hillsboro, Britsky going to inbound the ball for Hillsboro on the near baseline underneath the basket. So Britsky will dump it into the front court to Lily von Falkenstein. She drives down, turns around, jump shot from 6 feet, and will drain it. Lily von Falkenstein puts Hillsboro up for their lead here, 8-7. Long shot by Ella Brigham. And now the ball will go out of bounds, be Hillsboro's ball. And now we're going to discuss it. The referees are saying what they saw, and they say it is indeed Hillsboro's ball. The Hillsboro with one of their few leads so far tonight at 8-7. Got Lexi Thorson bringing the ball up the court for the Tigers. Lexi come near side to Cam Hansen. Now Lily von Falkenstein on the wing with the ball. Cam Hansen, 23-foot three-point shot off the back, the iron. Rebound Amber Heft, and Heft will bring the ball up the floor for the Eagles. She'll dump it off to Brigham. Another long three-point shot by Brigham off the iron. And Brigham will track down her own rebound. Hillsboro slow getting to the ball tonight. Heft going to take one from the top of the key. Three-point shot. We got a foul on the floor underneath the basket. And I believe they're going to call this one on Lily von Falkenstein. So Hillsboro foul, Lily's first personal foul, third team foul. And Cashton will retain possession of the ball. Lily fight for rebound position, got called for a push. And now we have a Hillsboro timeout, a 30-second timeout with 8:50 to play in the first half. So after the timeout, Bezerick back in the game for the Tigers. Cameron Hansen on the bench. Cashton will bring out their host of players. Sydney Helgerson to inbound for the Eagles. They get it Schendel to Heft, back to Helgerson, back to Heft. Heft in the front court with the ball for Cashton. Heft to Brigham. Brigham comes near side to Helgerson. Helgerson to Brigham and off Brigham and out of bounds. Be a turnover, Hillsboro ball. So 8:33 left to play in the first half. Hillsboro will bring the ball up. Jalen Blower now checking in for Savannah Hardy. I believe I called her Britsky before. It's Hardy. And Kira Bezerick in front court. She'll feed Lily von Falkenstein. We've got a couple extra steps. We're going to drop the jump shot. So Lily kind of leading the charge for Hillsboro right now. Helgerson, and it's picked off by Bezerick. Here it comes, 2-on-1 break. Bezerick puts a move on, left side, misses a shot. So rebounded by Helgerson, and I believe Bezerick's going to get called on a foul on the arm. That's what you call a frustration foul. First personal on Kira, fourth team foul. So Cashton will take the ball. Inbounded to Helgerson. Schendel with the ball. 5 in the game is Lily Sanders. Cashton throwing a lot of people in the game. It's going to be out of the reach of the passes, out of the reach of Helgerson, out of bounds. Here Bezerick inbound near the Hillsboro bench. She'll dump it into Thorson, and Hillsboro will set their offense. Thorson goes far side to Blower. Blower driving the left baseline. She'll bring it back out front. Bezerick, 22-foot three-pointer, doesn't go. And Violet Moore in there gets the rebound, and she can't get her shot to go. A little bit too hard off the glass. And now Bezerick almost with another pick. But the ball goes out of bounds. And Hunsicker near the scorer's table will inbound the ball. And she'll get it into Helgerson. Helgerson to Hunsicker. Hunsicker back to Taylor. Lindley Schendel with a long shot. Doesn't go. Bezerick with a rebound. She'll outlet up the court to Lily von Falkenstein. She takes a jump stop and a drive. And Lily von Falkenstein having a first half right now. And Helgerson misses a shot. Von Falkenstein loses the rebound out of bounds. So Cashton will retain possession of the ball. Inbounding is Lauren Hunsicker for the Eagles. Hunsicker inbound pass to Lily von Falkenstein with a block. She's doing it all right now. She blocks Taylor Lindley Schendel's shot. And now Bezerick, Hansen, von Falkenstein's got the ball top the key, and now Jalen Blower. Jalen Blower brings it top side to Hansen. Hansen to von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein working the ball in the lane, now to Blower. Blower, three-point shot, and she'll drain it. So Jalen Blower on the board with a three. And Hillsboro starting to take charge in this game. Helgerson to the near side, Lily Sanders. Now a drive by Braley Hyatt. That's not going to go. And a great try by Lily von Falkenstein to keep that ball alive. But it goes off of Lily and out of bounds. Braley Hyatt to inbound the ball. As Lily comes out to take a break, checking back in is Lexi Thorson, I believe, back in for her. Braley Hyatt with the ball now, far side of the court, brings it near side to Lauren Huntsicker. Long three, doesn't go. Rebound Jalen Blower, outlet. Violet Morin. How often do you see Violet Morin on a fast break? She feeds Kira Bazarek, and Bazarek can't finish. And it's outlet to Helgerson, and we're going to have a timeout for Cashton. Violet Morin leading a fast break on that one. The first time I think I've ever seen that. But with just under 6 minutes to play, Hillsboro with an 8-point lead, 15-7. Off the 30-second timeout called by Cash. And both teams with 4 timeouts remaining. Both teams 14 fouls apiece. So pretty clean game thus far. As the referees give their teams their warning that their 30 seconds are up and time to play ball. As on the court for Hillsboro right now, Kira Bazarek, Cameron Hansen, Jalen Blower, Lexi Thorson, and Violet Morin. Lauren Huntsicker to inbound the ball for Cashton. She'll dump it into Helgerson. Sydney Helgerson with the ball. She'll drive down the right side, pull up, and try to dump it into Taylor Lindley Shendel and off her hands and out of bounds, be a turnover, Hillsboro ball. Jalen Blower to inbound the ball. Lexi Thorson set to bring the ball back up. And she's lucky she didn't get called double dribble on that one. Thorson to Blower. Blower tries to dump it into Thorson, loose ball, and Cashton's going to grab it and step out of bounds. Lily von Falkenstein checking back into the game after a short break. She'll come in for Violet Morin. So Hillsboro going with a smaller, quicker lineup right at the moment. Jalen Blower to inbound it. She'll get it into Thorson. Thorson driving in. She's going to dump it to Lily von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein back to Thorson. Thorson with a pump fake, a jump fake, and now a dribble. Drops it to Jalen Blower, who'll throw up the three-point shot, and Jalen's hot. It's her second one in the last couple minutes. Hyatt going to kick it down to Quinn Cook, and now back out to Huntsicker, who throws up another three. Keep shooting, I guess. Jalen Blower with the rebound. She's going to bring it out, dump it to Kira Bazarek, and it gets through Bazarek's hands, and Taylor Lindley Shendel will pick up the loose ball, and Braley Hyatt brings it the other way for the Eagles. Braley Hyatt near the top of the key, now to Huntsicker. Huntsicker with the ball, now to Quinn Cook. Cook going to feed Lindley Shendel underneath, and they're going to call Shendel with a travel. So Taylor Lindley Shendel with a travel, be a turnover. Checking into the game for Hillsboro, Savannah Hardy will check in for Kira Bazarek. And Lindley Shendel checks out of the game and back in for, I believe, is Taylor Bayer into the game first time for the Eagles. Thorson with the ball. She'll come near side and gets her wires crossed with Hardy, and the ball sails out of bounds. So Hillsboro sporting an 11-point lead here right now. They'll lose the ball. Huntsicker inbounds to Sydney Helgerson. Helgerson and the Eagles across half court and try to set their offense. Far side to Braley Hyatt. It's been the Braley Hyatt show thus far. And Braley Hyatt with the drive is going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. I say it's a Braley Hyatt show because she has all of Cashton's points to this moment right now, and she can only do nothing more than tack some more on. And she'll make the first one. Hillsboro foul on Cameron Hansen. That's her second personal, team's 5th. Ella Brigham checking into the game along with Violet Morin checking back into the game. And Hyatt with all 9 Cashton points to this time here. So the inbound pass from Von Falkenstein to Thorson. Thorson will bring it up 4.5 left to play in the half. She'll go far side to Jalen Blower. Blower to Thorson. Thorson's going to pop up a 3. Hits the back of the iron and through the net. So the 3's starting to drop. for Hillsboro. Braley Hyatt comes near side to Huntsicker. Huntsicker with the ball back down to Hyatt, near side base. Hyatt will bring it back up. Find Ella Brigham. Brigham back to Huntsicker. Huntsicker with the ball back to Brigham. Brigham to Huntsicker. Huntsicker, Quinn Cook, Taylor Bayer. She'll kick it out to Brigham. Hyatt. Hyatt gives it a look now. She'll take a 22-foot three off the front of the rim. Rebound, Lily Von Falkenstein. Up the court, they push it to Cam Hansen. Hansen now bringing it in. Free throw line, into the lane. Back out to Lily. Lily steps back. Gets it back to Cam Hansen. Hansen with the ball, and she's going to get it stolen by Huntsicker, and she gets it to Hyatt. Cross court to Brigham. Brigham, three-point shot on the way, too long. Huntsicker with the rebound and cleaning up the garbage. Finally, somebody besides Hyatt on the board for Cashton. Lily Von Falkenstein brings the ball up the floor, and now to Lexi Thorson. Thorson brings it back, resets the offense. Lily Von Falkenstein, near side wing with the ball. She'll drop it down Jalen Blower. Blower's going to drive the right baseline. Tried to get it to Bourne, and it goes off Huntsicker's leg. Checking in the game, Kira Bazaric in for Jalen Blower. And Morgan Woodhouse, Mackenzie Woodhouse rather, coming in for Cam Hansen. So a host of Cashton players coming in. Helgerson, Grace Lease, Taylor Lindley Schendel, all back in the game for Cashton. Almost like a hockey line change, all everybody making substitutions. And Lily Von Falkenstein's going to assist to Violet Morin, and Violet Morin will put in the easy deuce. And now Ella Brigham. Ella Brigham to Lease, to Hyatt. Hyatt drives in, and I'm going to say a foul on the floor. That'll be Hillsboro's sixth team foul. The foul is going to be called on Kira Bazaric, her second personal, sixth team foul. I believe it's Helgerson inbounding the ball. That was Lease. Taylor Lindley Schendel. Now Helgerson gets it with the drive, cleaning up the garbage. And all of a sudden, new life for the Cashton Eagles. Thorson brings the ball down, gets it to Bazaric. Bazaric drives in, 6-foot jump shot, rattles around the rim and out. Lindley Schendel with the rebound. And up the court comes Hyatt, driving coast to coast. Takes it hard off the backboard, and they're going to call a foul. Either way, she's shooting free throws, if it's bonus or a shooting foul. And they're going to give her 2 shots. Maybe the best free throw shooter on the floor. Lily Von Falkenstein charged with a foul. That's her second personal, team's 7th. And she misses that one. See, I jinxed her. Oh, Lindley, or rather, Hyatt is 71% free throw shooter coming into tonight's game. And she makes 1 out of the 2 there. So Lily Von Falkenstein set to inbound the ball for the Tigers. She'll dump it into Bazaric, and Bazaric will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Mackenzie Woodhouse at the ball far wing now to Thorson. Thorson will dump it back to Bazaric. Bazaric to Von Falkenstein. Inside to Morin. Morin powers the move and misses another one. Violet Morin not having a great night underneath the basket tonight. And now Cashton's got a breakaway here. And they're going to call an offensive foul, taking the charge. Who else but Lily Von Falkenstein stepping in front, doing it all tonight. Cameron Hansen checking in. Sydney Helgerson charged on the foul on that one. Her first personal, team's 5th. And Lexi Thorson brings the ball up 4. Kira Bazaric to Lexi Thorson. Thorson's going to feed Violet Morin again. She can't find the handle on it. Tracked down by Sydney Helgerson. Here come the Eagles. Cashton will set their offense. Helgerson driving down again. And it's taken away. Not so much a block, but taken away from Violet Morin with a steal. She'll get it to Von Falkenstein, and now near side to Cam Hansen. Cam Hansen now driving down. She'll pull up, turn around, take a shot, doesn't go. Rebound. Amber Heft with the rebound to Grace Lease, now back to Heft. Heft in the front court with the ball for the Eagles. Heft to Helgerson. Helgerson down low to Lease. Lease driving in, back out to Brigham. Brigham to Helgerson. 20-foot three-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebound Violet Morin. Violet gets it knocked away from her. There she is bringing the ball down again. Cam Hansen to Lily Von Falkenstein. To Kira Bazarek driving on the far baseline, back out Lily Von Falkenstein. Lily driving now, looking for some help, kicking back out front Hansen, now Bazarek. Bazarek on the far wing with the ball. Come near side to Hansen. Hansen feeds it into Morin, and there finally Morin connects off the Hansen assist. And the Eagles come down. It's Heft to Helgerson. Back to Lease as they counting it down. 3 seconds to play. Heft with the ball. They aren't going to get a shot off. And so Cashton will go without getting a shot off. It'll be Cashton's ball, I believe, to start the second half. Hillsboro will take a 25-14 lead to the locker room. Scoring for your Hillsboro Tigers, they're being led by Lily Von Falkenstein in every category. If it's assists, steals, blocks, rebounds, and points at 8. Violet Morin and Jalen Blower both with 6 apiece. Lexi Thorson has 4. Kira Bazarek adding 1 for the Tigers for a total of 25. I called it the Braylee Hyatt show a few minutes ago. That's because she had all the points up until just a few minutes ago. Braylee Hyatt leading the way with 10. Lauren Huntsicker and Sydney Helgerson with a deuce apiece for 14. So Hillsboro goes into halftime with a comfortable 25-11 lead, trying to keep their hot streak alive. Free throw shooting for Hillsboro. They are 4 for 6, or 66-67% right now. It's better than their season average. So as we enter the final minute of our halftime, teams make their last minute adjustments. Cashton already is a team on the floor to start the second half. Grace Lease, Ella Brigham, Sydney Helgerson, Taylor Lindley, Schendel, and Braylee Hyatt. It appears that Hillsboro will be going with their starting lineup in Lexi Thorson, Kira Bezerick, Cameron Hansen, Lily Von Falkenstein, and Violet Morin. Cashton will have the ball to start out the second half. Hillsboro again leading 25-14. And Lease to inbound the ball. She'll get it into Helgerson. Helgerson will set the offense and go far side to Hyatt. Hyatt to Lease. Lease down low, now out front to Schendel. Schendel near side to Helgerson. Helgerson now in the front court with the ball. Finds Lease near the free throw line. And the Schendel down low. Now they're going to find Grace Lease underneath. She'll kick it out. Helgerson thought about it and pulled it out and gives it to Hyatt, who's going to drive down in. Full tilt, totally out of control and out of bounds. And good way to get called for a charging foul going like that. But she hit nothing but the wall, I think. Cam Hansen to bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. To Lily Von Falkenstein. Back out front to Hansen. Now near side to Bezerick. Bezerick to Thorson. Thorson will bring it out the wing, and I'll find Lily Von Falkenstein into the lane. Now Bezerick. Bezerick out front now driving left side. Get it back to Thorson. It's going to be tied up. A jump ball should be Hillsboro by the possession arrow. And Kier Bezerick to inbound the ball for the Tigers. Bezerick can get it into Thorson. Thorson turnaround jump shot doesn't go. Violet Moore in there trying to clean up the garbage, and it gets away from her. That's going to say it's off of the mitts of Grace Lease and out of bounds. Hillsboro will take possession of the ball. Violet Moore having a tough time underneath the basket tonight. Now Lily Von Falkenstein streaking down. Kier Bezerick stuck behind the three-point line. Throw a long one. It's going to be pulled down by Taylor Lindley Schendel. Outlet to Helgerson, and up the floor they come. That's rather Hyatt. She'll go to Brigham. It's knocked away from Brigham and picked up by loose ball by Bezerick. And Bezerick up the floor with the Tigers. Cam Hansen now near side driving in. Into the lane. A right hook shot, and she's fouled. Cam Hansen will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws for the Tigers. Hansen struggled early in the year with free throw shooting. Currently shooting 43%. And she'll take that one off the back of the iron. Second foul on Sydney Helgerson. First team foul of the second half for the Cashton Eagles. Hansen will line up for her second shot. And she'll go 1 for 1. That's also Cam's first point of the night. Elise will inbound to Helgerson. Helgerson will come up and set the Cashton offense. She drives down, kicks it back out front. Lindley Schendel with a three-point shot. And they're going to give her all three of them. And now Kier Bezerick with the ball for Hillsboro. She'll get a Cam Hansen for a three-pointer of her own off the back of the iron. Rebound tracked down by Lease. And Braylee Hyatt with a drive and a miss, and rebound Lily Von Falkenstein. Jalen Blower in the game now for Violet Morin. Hillsboro going with a little smaller lineup. What a drive by Lily Von Falkenstein. Did a little Euro step and drops it in from 8 feet away. You know, Sydney Helgerson, she'll dump it out to Hyatt. Hyatt to Brigham. Brigham to Schendel, back to Brigham. And now Hyatt in the corner, driving the right baseline. She'll go in, doesn't go. Rebound Lily Von Falkenstein. Braylee Hyatt trying to force things that aren't there for Cash. As Von Falkenstein brings it up, gets it to Blower. Three-point shot. She misses that one. She's 2 for 3 on the night. Up the floor comes Braylee Hyatt. Hyatt far side to Brigham. Ella Brigham with the ball back to Hyatt. Hyatt in the front court. Back to Brigham. Lindley Schendel underneath. Working it up. Loses the ball. Picked up by Brigham. Back out to Lease. Lease comes near side to Hyatt. Hyatt feeds it into Schendel. They're going to call a foul, I think, on Lily von Falkenstein on the floor. Indeed, it is on Lily. Third personal on Lily. She'll take a seat. Violet Morin checks back in. First team foul on Hillsboro. So Schendel, Brigham, Helgerson back to Brigham and taken away by Violet Morin. She'll outlet to Cam Hansen. Hansen up to Bezeric on the near side. Now Thorson. Thorson across court to Blower. Blower driving in. And they're going to say Blower was fouled on the floor. Cashton foul is going to be called on Grace Lease. Rather, Lindley Schendel, that's her first personal, second team foul. Checking in for Grace Lease is Lauren Hunsticker for Cashton. Jalen Blower for Hillsboro on the near baseline, inbound the ball. They tried to get it to Violet Morin and it's swatted away by Ella Brigham. And they'll line up on the other side of the basket and try again. Lexi Thorson with a shot. She's fouled. Lexi's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. Lexi, 67% free throw shooter on the year. Cashton foul on Braylee Hyatt, her second personal, team's third team foul. And Lexi hits nothing but the bottom of the net on that one. And that one off the back, the iron. Then the Schendel and Bezeric fighting. Schendel gets the better part of it, outlet to Braylee Hyatt. Here come the Eagles. So Hyatt back to Brigham. Brigham to Helgerson. Tried to force it into Huntsicker, and it's picked up by Cam Hansen. And Hyatt all over Hansen. Now they get the Jalen Blower, comes up, 8-foot jumper, and he'll put it in. So Jalen Blower making it from 8 feet. She's got 8 on the night. 8 on the night off the bench for Jalen Blower. Sydney Helgerson. She'll get it to Huntsicker, back out to Schendel. Schendel with the ball. And she steps out of bounds. They're going to call blocking foul on Jalen Blower. That'll be the second team foul on Hillsboro. That's going to be Jalen's first personal foul. Is Huntsicker to inbound the ball. She gets it into and Helgerson will bring it back out. Handed it off to Brigham, now down low to Huntsicker. Huntsicker goes across court. Here comes Helgerson, and it's knocked away by Jalen Blower. Blower having a pretty good game, and Braylee Hyatt with a drive and is fouled. Braylee Hyatt's going to go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Braylee Hyatt, a pretty accomplished free throw shooter. She's 71% on the year. And she'll make that one. Hillsboro falls on Cameron Hansen. That's her third personal. Hyatt sinks her second free throw. She got 12 on the night for the Eagles. Lexi Thorson brings the ball up, dump it off to Jalen Blower, and Blower feeds it to Violet Morin underneath, and a pretty assist on the Morin points. Morin with 8 now on the night. And up the floor comes Braylee Hyatt and the Cashton Eagles. We go far side to Quinn Cook. Huntsicker now back to Hyatt. Heft in the game with the ball on the near wing. Heft will bring it down to Huntsicker. Huntsicker back out to Heft, and now Cook. Cook feeds underneath and is stolen by Jalen Blower. We're off to the races. Blower feeds it to Lexi Thorson. Thorson drives and is fouled. And Lexi Thorson, they're going to talk this one over, see if it's a jump ball or a foul. They're going to call it a jump ball. The possession arrow goes with the Cashton Eagles. And they'll dump the ball inside to Braley Hyatt, and she'll bring the ball up the floor. Goes far side to Amber Heft. Heft to Huntsicker. Huntsicker tries to feed it inside, and I think Lexi Thorson is going to get a foul on Quinn Cook now. They say it was on the ground. That's Lexi's first personal, team's fourth team foul. Braley Hyatt to inbound the ball. She'll get it into Lindley Schendel, Heft, and now back to Hyatt. Hyatt driving in. 15-foot jumper. They're going to call a foul on Jalen Blower on the shot. Blower thought she got away with the block. She picks up her second foul, Hillsboro's fifth team foul. And Hyatt will once again return to the free throw line to shoot free throws for the Eagles. And Hyatt will miss that one. Grace Lease into the game along with Taylor Bayer for the Eagles. Lindley Schendel and Huntsicker will take a seat. And Hyatt will make that one. She's got 13 on the night. As she'll take a break. And Hillsboro with a chance to take some advantage here with the Eagles with the secondary in. Bezerick with the ball in the front court. She'll try to lob it down. It's stolen by Heft. The Heft will come storming down the floor with the Eagles in tow. Get it to Cook. And now Helgerson. Helgerson with the ball. Brings it to Bayer. Bayer with the ball out front for the Eagles. Now to Heft. Heft, three-point shot on the way off the back of the iron. Rebound Violet Morin. It's kind of like in hockey, a power play. Hillsboro's got to take advantage of this. Back to Lily Von Falkenstein, cross court to Bezerick. Bezerick, three-point shot from the wing, a little bit long. Violet Morin trying to track down the loose ball. She'll get it, she'll turn around, put it up, doesn't go. It's going to go off the hands of Sydney Helgerson, not out of bounds. Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball. And Jalen Blower to inbound the ball for the Tigers. The scrappy Cashton Eagle team, they don't give up. Lily Von Falkenstein goes far side to Lexi Thorson. Thorson with the ball. She'll turn around, jump shot, blocked by Quinn Cook. Outlet to Heft, and here come the Eagles. It's actually blocked by Taylor Bayer, I think. Grace Lease with the ball on the far side of the court. She'll get it back out front to Heft. They're going to get Heft trapped up there, and they got Heft for a travel. She got caught and didn't know where to go. So Hillsboro will get the possession of the ball back. Cam Hansen's going to check in for Kira Bezerick. Jalen Blower on the far side of the court, ready to inbound the ball. Lexi Thorson takes the inbound pass, works the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Now Lily Von Falkenstein and Jalen Blower. Blower's going to drive down, pop up, kick it back out. Thorson, three-point shot, 19-footer off the rim. Nobody can get it. Fooled everyone, and up is Heft with the ball. Heft to Cook to Bayer, and Bayer with the ball again, and she'll put it up and in. Taylor Bayer with a score for the Eagles. Brings the Eagles within 11 as Cameron Hansen brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Hansen, Von Falkenstein now near the side to Thorson. Thorson with the ball on the near side. She'll kick it back to Hansen, to Thorson, to Blower. Back to Hansen. Hansen with the ball. On near side, Thorson, three-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebound Cook. Outlet to Helgerson, and the Eagles on the attack again. Back to Cook. Hillsboro shootings went very cold. Heft with the ball in the front court. Stolen by Lexi Thorson. And Thorson's going to pull a foul off of Taylor Bayer. I believe that's Bayer's first personal. It is. Team's fourth team foul. as Brigham and Hyatt make a return for the Cashton Eagles on the floor. Bazarek back on the floor for the Tigers. Maybe Bazarek never left. I'm trying to think who came in. Lily Von Falkenstein was out. Cameron Hansen's going to get picked by Braylee Hyatt, and she missed but cleaned up her own mess. She's now got 15 on the night for Cashton. Cam Hansen driving down. She's going to get it to Violet Morin. Morin's going to pull up, not get it, and Hyatt will yank the rebound down in front of Morin. Violet having a terrible or rough night underneath the basket. Lease back out to Hyatt. Hyatt to Helgerson. Helgerson to Brigham. Brigham near side to Hyatt. Hyatt driving down. Little push off, a jump shot. Kira Bazarek with a rebound. And Hillsboro off to the races. Kira Bazarek, Tigers in tow. Jump stop, left hand layup, and she rolls it in. Kira Bazarek with a coast to coast. 3 points on the night for Kira. Break that drought Hillsboro's had. Helgerson's going to feed it into Bayer. Bayer with a little hook shot. It's blocked, and Lily Von Falkenstein's going to come out of the pile with it. She'll bring it near side to Kira Bazarek. Bazarek giving direction. Now she'll dribble out. Tried to dump it into Lily Von Falkenstein. It's knocked out of bounds by Grace Lease. In the game is Hunt Sicker and Taylor Lindley Schendel for Bayer and Lease. Kira Bazarek near the Hillsboro bench to inbound the ball for the Tigers. And Bazarek comes out front court to Hansen. Hansen cross court to Thorson. Thorson top of the key back to Hansen and now to Lily Von Falkenstein. Lily Von Falkenstein threw the ball as Hansen broke toward the basket and it goes out of bounds. Turnover for Hillsboro. And Huntsicker to inbound the ball to Sydney Helgerson. Helgerson to Braylee Hyatt. Hyatt, Taylor, Lynn, Schendel back to Hyatt. Hyatt, 15-foot jumper, and nothing but bottom of the net. Braylee Hyatt now 17 points. Hillsboro has not found an answer for Hyatt all night. Von Falkenstein feeds Thorson, driving down the left side. Now back to Hansen in the lane and up and in. And the basket is good. So Cameron Hansen now 3 on the night and will go to the line for the +1 opportunity. Cashton foul on 21, Taylor Lindley Schendel, her second personal, team's 5th. Savannah Hardy into the game now for Lexi Thorson. And Cameron Hansen lining up for a free throw. Rattles around the rim and out. And Brigham with the ball. Sydney Helgerson now, the ball on the wing with the Eagles. She's going to feed it inside to Taylor Lindley Schendel, trying to work it in. Gets back out. Ella Brigham, top of the key, throws up a brick against the back of the rim. Hansen up the street to Hardy and back to Hansen. Hansen, far corner, Kira Bazarek. And they're going to say Kira Bazarek launched that 3-point while standing out of bounds. And so we're going to have a full timeout called by Cashton. Hillsboro leading by 11 with 7:32 left to play in the game. You know how to run some advertising, Joe? We haven't done too much of that tonight. I'd like to thank the Jeff and Bobby Mitchell family, parents of Tony the Tiger Mitchell, for their support of the Hillsboro Tiger Athletic Booster Club. I'd like to thank Huffmaster Insurance Agency in Hillsboro for all their support of Hillsboro Athletics. Would also like to thank Mr. B Smokehouse Meats. They're open tomorrow. Beat me down there. I got to order my holiday meat yet. Maybe pick up something for the weekend. And Jill Steckel, if you're looking for something for everybody, buy some maple syrup, give it away as a Christmas present. Thanks to Steckel Farms for their support. Patty Bruja and Suzanne Gandy, thank you for supporting the Tiger Fan Club and Hillsboro Tiger Athletics. I'd like to thank Hillsboro Equipment, Mossy Equipment, Slama Lawn and Sports for your continued support of Hillsboro Athletics. So Cashton after the timeout on the floor for Hillsboro. We've got Kira Bazarek, Cameron Hansen, Savannah Hardy, Lily Von Falkenstein, and Violet Morin. Far side of the We got Lauren Huntsicker going to inbound the ball into Sydney Helgerson. Helgerson brings the ball across the timeline for Hillsboro. Savannah Hardy all over her in defense. Now Braley Hyatt with the ball to Ella Brigham. Brigham out front, Taylor Lindley Schendel. And Kira Bezerchi called for a foul. She's trying to strong arm the ball away from Schendel. Bezerik's third personal. 16 foul in Hillsboro, which will put Cashton into bonus. As Sydney Helgerson flirting with that timeline at half court. And now they're going to call an offensive foul underneath on Taylor Lindley Schendel underneath the basket. That'll be the 7th foul on Cashton. Maybe only the 6th. Both teams in the bonus now. Lindley Schendel's third personal foul. And Cam Hansen will work the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Hansen to Mackenzie Woodhouse now in the game. To Lily Von Falkenstein, who loses the handle on the ball. It's on the floor, and Cashton comes up with it. Ella Brigham outlet to Braley Hyatt. Braley Hyatt against the world. She'll drive it in and miss. Loose ball on the floor. It's still loose. Brigham's going to get it, and Kira Bezerik's going to pick up foul number 4. And that'll be a bonus situation, I believe. 7th team foul on Hillsboro. Kira Bezerik checks out. Mackenzie Woodhouse checks out. There's Lexi Thorson back into the game. And Ella Brigham in to shoot a bonus situation for the Cashton Eagles. And Brigham is going to throw up an air ball. Brigham yet to score in this game. And she was a 67% free throw shooter. She found nothing but the hardwood floor on that one. Cameron Hansen brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. She wheels around, goes far side to Lily Von Falkenstein, who's been relatively quiet here in the second half. That's all I got to do to get Lily going. Tell her she's been quiet. She's 12 points now in the night for Lily. Had a great first half, been relatively quiet in the second half. Huntsicker to Hyatt, back to Huntsicker, and now Ella Brigham. To Hyatt rather. Now Helgerson with the ball, going to feed Hyatt back down in the far wing. Hyatt wanted to take the shot, gets it back out to Brigham. Helgerson tries to force it into Huntsicker, and Bourne will pick up the loose ball. Outlet to Thorson. And Thorson will bring the ball up. 3-point shot, top of the key for Thorson. Rattles it around and in. Lexi Thorson for 3. Lexi has 8 on the night. And we'll have another timeout, a 30-second timeout, called by the Cashton Eagles as Hillsboro extends their lead to 16 with 5:46 left to play. So the two players that had pretty good first halves, Lexi Thorson and Lily Von Falkenstein, all you had to do is mention that they became a little bit quiet. They start lighting up the scoreboard. So who are we going to have score next? Who's been pretty quiet? Cameron Hansen's been quiet. Maybe it's time for her to light it up. On the floor for the Tigers, Violet Morin, Lily Von Falkenstein, Lexi Thorson, Cameron Hansen, and Savannah Hardy. Looking to check into the game now, Jalen Blower. And they're saying, no, not till the next one. This is on timeout. Can't substitute, but Jalen Blower will be coming in shortly. Inbound pass to Braley Hyatt. Hyatt to Helgerson on the far side. Helgerson drives the lane, doesn't go. Rebound Hyatt. Hyatt outlet to Brigham. Brigham cross court to Lindley Schendel. Long shot, doesn't go. Rebound Violet Morin. Violet Morin's going to outlet to Lily Von Falkenstein. Push it up court to Thorson. Thorson step back long, 2, doesn't go. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Cashton possession. And Jalen Blower is going to check in for Cameron Hansen. Checking in for Cashton will be Lily Sanders. She's going to give Ella Brigham a break. And Cindy Helgerson takes the inbound pass and brings it into the front court for Cashton. Far side to Grace Lease. Lease with the ball on the far wing. She'll come near side to Lindley Schendel. And they're going to have an offensive Charge called on, I think, Braley Hyatt again. Nope, nope, just entering the game. Number 5 was an offensive foul, Lily Sanders. That's her first personal, team 7th. And Blower will inbound on the far baseline to Thorson. Thorson brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Thorson near side to Woodhouse. Woodhouse working near side. Gets the ball off of the deflection of Von Falkenstein. Now back to Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein back to Woodhouse. Woodhouse with the ball far wing. Will find Lexi Thorson top the key. 3-point shot. Nothing but net for Lexi Thorson. She's got 11 points on the night. Up the floor comes Cashton Eagles. Hyatt currently with the ball. Now Taylor Lindley Shendel. Long range 2. Rattles around the rim. Fight for the rebound. Hyatt throws it up. Violet Morin comes down with it. Outlet Jalen Blower. The Tigers are on the run again. Blower back to Thorson. Thorson turns around. She's going to find a wide open Woodhouse underneath. She drives the left side and scores. Mackenzie Woodhouse in the book with her first deuce of the night. And here comes Cashton. Hillsboro on a run, leading by 21. Hyatt with a long range 3 to cut the deficit. Braley Hyatt now 20 points on the night. Hillsboro has not found a way to stop Braley Hyatt. Jalen Blower puts it down to Lexi Thorson. Thorson driving right side, pulls out front to Woodhouse. Now Blower with the ball near wing. Blower free throw line. Lexi Thorson, Lily Von Falkenstein driving left side, pulls up, 8-foot jumper, doesn't go. Grace Lease rebound. Sydney Helgerson brings it up, and it's going to go out of bounds. Hillsboro ball, 3.5 left to play in the game. Hillsboro leading by 18. Kira Bazarek checking into the game with her 4 fouls. Give Lily Von Falkenstein her break. Let's see if Kira can leave all 5 on the floor tonight. Lexi Thorson with the ball. She'll dump it down to Mackenzie Woodhouse. Woodhouse brings the ball back out front. Kira Bazarek in the front court with the ball near the top of the key. Now she comes Lexi Thorson. Thorson driving down left side. Pulls it back out. Gets it Jalen Blower. Blower back to Thorson. Thorson finds Bazarek cutting down the left side. Turns around. Right-handed hook doesn't go. Grace Lease comes down with the ball. And Heft now in the game. She's got the ball in the front court for Cashton. Back to Lease. Lease with the ball. Come out to Taylor Bayer. Bayer underneath the Quinn Cook. Back outside to Heft. 3-point shot from Heft off the backboard. Scramble for the ball. Cook comes down with it. Now a shot by Hyatt. 3-pointer. Doesn't go. Blower will get the rebound and bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Blower to Thorson. Thorson skips the ball to Woodhouse. Woodhouse to Bazarek. Bazarek tried to get the ball to Thorson. It's picked off by Hyatt. Hyatt will go coast to coast and drop it in. Hyatt now 22 points for Cashton. Lexi Thorson brings the ball up the floor. She'll find Jalen Blower, who's going to toss one up, doesn't go. Taylor Bayer will come down with the rebound, outlet to Hyatt. And Cashton trying to climb back, but a pretty big deficit. Hillsboro's going to probably, most likely come out with a win. Heft with a shot. Blower comes back out with another rebound. Pushes it up the floor to Woodhouse. Woodhouse back to Bazarek, and now Thorson. Thorson going to drive in. 10-foot jumper. Rattles around the rim. Bayer with another rebound. Outlet to Heft. And we're just getting exercise now. Running up and down the floor. Heft. And Heft is going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for Cashton. So Amber Heft. And we're going to have a timeout called by Hillsboro before the free throws. It's a full timeout. We can run some advertising, Joe. Get our bills paid. Again, Bobby Mitchell, Jeff Mitchell, Tony Mitchell family, thank you for your support. Thank you to Huffmasters Insurance for your continued support of Tiger Athletics. I'd like to also thank Mr. B Smokehouse Meats for their continued support of Hillsboro Athletics and the Hillsboro Tiger Athletic Booster Club. Stop down tomorrow morning and get weekend ready. I got to get a roast, not only for this weekend, next weekend, I think. Thank you to Patty Bruja, Suzanne Gandy, the Tiger Fan Club, for supporting Hillsboro Athletics. After the timeout on the floor for Hillsboro, we got Lily Von Falkenstein, Kier Bazarek, Cameron Hansen, Savannah Hardy, and Mackenzie Woodhouse. Shooting on the line for Cashton will be Amber Heft. She's a 25% free throw shooter on the year. Foul was on Mackenzie Woodhouse. That's her first personal foul. 8th team foul on Hillsboro. And Heft to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And she's 25% on the year, and she's less than that now. Down to 20%. So she'll line up for her second shot. And she missed that one. She's down to about 15%, but she gets her own rebound. Heft dribbling around. She'll get it to Cook. Cook back to Lease. Lease gets pocket stripped by Savannah Hardy. Cam Hansen with the ball. Now Lily Von Falkenstein. Hillsboro maybe in their clock-killing mode now. Kira Bazarek, she wants to shoot free throws. She'll hand it off to Cam Hansen. I'm not so sure that Cashton's going to follow. Just play tight defenses. This game's out of reach at this point. Lily Von Falkenstein, and she could have held the ball there all day. Now Kira Bazarek will drive it in and drop in a deuce. So Kira Bazarek now with 5 on the night for the Tigers. And a timeout for Cashton, a full timeout. So he's going to put in a whole brand new 5 players. 37 seconds left to play. Hillsboro leading by 18. We can run some more advertising here, Joe. To thank Slama Law and Sport, Hillsboro Equipment, Mawson Equipment for their continued support of Hillsboro Athletics and the Hillsboro Tiger Athletic Booster Club. Would also like to thank Huffmesser Insurance Agency for your continued support of the Hillsboro Tiger Athletic Booster Club. I'd like to thank Mr. B Smokehouse Meats. They're open tomorrow until 1 o'clock. Get down there and get your holiday meats ordered. So we come back after the Cashton timeout. Lily Von Falkenstein, Savannah Hardy, Kier Bazarek, Cameron Hansen, and Mackenzie Woodhouse on the floor. So just under 37 seconds left to play in this one. Hillsboro leading by 18. Hillsboro is going to improve in conference to 3-1. 7-1 overall. So inbounding the ball will be Lauren Huntsicker for Cashton. And she'll get it in Sydney Helgerson. Helgerson to Braylee Hyatt. Hyatt now driving down left side. She'll bring it back out to Taylor Lindley Schendel. Cashton's got their just about their complement of starters in. Huntsicker was not a starter. Sydney Helgerson underneath. Can't battle it out. It's going to be stolen by Savannah Hardy. Hardy outlet to Hansen, back to Hardy, and it's just about going to do it. As there's Lily Von Falkenstein. She just wants to take the ball home for a souvenir, I think, to Mackenzie Woodhouse. And that's going to do it. Your final here from Cashton, Wisconsin. Hillsboro 49, Cashton 31. Unofficial rundown on scoring. Hillsboro led in scoring by Lily Von Falkenstein, 12 points. Lexi Thorson right behind with 11. Jalen Blower and Violet Warren with 8 apiece. Kira Bazarek with 5. Cameron Hansen with 3. And Mackenzie Woodhouse adding 2 for a total of 49. For the Cashton Eagles, a kind of a short scoring list. Braylee Hyatt with 22. Taylor Lindley Schendel with 3. Sydney Helgerson 2. Taylor Byer 2. And Lauren Huntsicker adding a deuce for 31 points. So Cashton holding Hillsboro well below their season average of 60-some points. About 20 points below Hillsboro's average. But Hillsboro pulls out the big conference win and moves to 3-1 in conference. Good enough for second place. Right behind the Royal Panthers, depending on what they did tonight. I don't even know who they played. It still sticks in my craw. Hillsboro lost that game as fill the garbage can tonight. And so, to sum things up, as I threw all my statistics away now, Hillsboro will be back in action next Thursday night at Lafarge High School, take on the Lafarge Wildcats. Well, our next broadcast will be in Hillsboro. Boys basketball. They do play Waniwak, but I don't think we're not going to.
Monday, Waniwak, we're not going to be there.
We
'cause
will not be
we'll live
broadcasting the
that.
Waniwak game at Waniwak. We will be on the air next Tuesday night when the Bangor Cardinals come to Hillsboro for boys basketball action. So for Joe Stuck and myself, looking forward to this snowy sleigh ride home. Have a great weekend and stay warm.